Hi there, my name is Sello Motloung. I play the character of Sam Mokoena, who is the husband to Nelly and Thando's father.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Barbuzano, and I have many roles on Your Christmas. So I'll start with the acting role. I play the character of Melanie, who is Thando's battle axe boss that at the hospital she works at as a physiotherapist. My other role includes the other half, being the other half of BBZEE Films, who produced the show, along with my husband, the amazingly talented, I call him an auteur. He's probably going to kick my butt for saying that. Johnny Barbuzano. And I also head wrote the series with a team of incredible writers.
Amazing.
Hi, my name is Lerato Mvelase and I play Minenhle, his daughter.
Amazing. Oh, great, guys. If you could choose a Christmas gift for the person next to you, what would you get them based on their personality?
I love that you asked that.
You know those ducks? About 3 of them.
Yeah.
Mother and 2 kids.
For Tiffany.
Colorful for Tiffany.
Okay.
I take it.
Tiffany, you can choose whichever side.
Can I give one to each of them?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I gave Sello a gift, I think I would give him a trip away to an island with his beautiful wife.
Oh,
so they could go away from the stress and strain of the world and just be just the 2 of them. 5-star, all-inclusive. Let's go to Mauritius. You want to go?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. To Mauritius, I'd buy that for them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then for Lerato, I would buy her a mirror. And I would buy her a mirror so she could look at herself every single day and see what an incredible human being she is, how talented she is, how drop-dead gorgeous she is, how much she has grown over the last couple of years. That's what I'd buy her.
Yeah. Lerato?
I'll start with Sello.
Yeah.
Sello, I would take him on a brunch with a group of his friends. And there's a braai and good whiskey. Because he's amazing with conversation. And I think that's the type of person he is, you know? But I would love to see him with his friends, chilling and engaging, because that's what he loves. With Tiffany, I would definitely be part of the holiday. I'm sorry, because I'm that selfish. I would definitely take her to the spa because I think she's one of the most hardworking women I know. And it would be about her because she gives to everybody else, her family and everybody she works with. So I think a spa, it's such a personal experience that I think that's what I would get for her.
Oh, we got to go, guys. I've got a spa date.
Yeah, right. Tiffany.
Yes.
Your Christmas, according to my understanding, is the 3rd adaptation, the 3rd Netflix series adaptation of this year. Now, as one of the series creators, can you just tell us, like, what has influenced the direction, together with your production company and Netflix, to go in the direction of creating adaptations instead of creating new original stories?
So I think what we're very lucky with this particular adaptation is that we kept the idea behind the original, but South Africa is so vastly different to somewhere like Norway, which is the original show, and so vastly different to somewhere like Italy, that the story becomes unique simply because of that. So a story, I read a thing and I wish I kept it on me, but there's a beautiful, I think it was Charles Bukowski, who said, there's no such thing as an original idea. There's an original way of you telling the story. So an adaptation, it's got this big thing of like, why can't we tell our own stories? It is our own story. And it's our own story because we can tell that story in the way that it's been told. The Norwegian people can't tell a South African Christmas story because they don't necessarily understand it. What we've managed to do with this show, I think, is encapsulate what it means to be a South African at Christmas time. It's so vastly different to the rest of the Northern Hemisphere. Our cultures are different. The way our characters behave in situations are different. So it makes the structure perhaps similar, but it's uniquely ours because it's our experience and our story.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a lot.
Yes, sir.
I like that this series kind of challenges some of the societal norms. And I don't want to really give away like a spoiler, but there's something that happens which is really unfaithful from a father's perspective.
Yeah.
And I like that it's showing that narrative because, especially like, growing up in an African home, if such things would happen, it would be a thing that would be like, you just keep it, you hide it away. So I want to know for you, how does your character, can you tell us more of how your character contributes into reshaping traditional norms in society?
Let me attempt to answer that one. I think Sam is a man who likes things to go in a right direction, if I may put it that way. He has a family. He takes care of them. He's played his role. Unfortunately, he has a wife who is bullying him, if I may put it that way.
Yeah.
She's lively. She's out there. There are challenges, like you have said, in the relationship. But the most important thing is that here's a man who wants the best for his children, and especially for Thando. I think for every father who's got a daughter, they don't want the daughter to fall into the hands of a young man who either reflects them or reflect what they went through, what they had experienced. So you are forever hoping and praying that your child will overcome all those kind of challenges. And hence, a lot of families, they kind of pressurize the girl child to get married because they want someone who hopefully will be like the father to take care of the young lady. And what we are forgetting is that she is her own character. She's got her own passions and so on. She doesn't necessarily want to be like what her mom was like when she was young, because a lot of things were different then compared to now. I mean, now a lot of ladies they go to school. They are very up to date.
Yeah.
They're very educated. They are actually keeping the ball rolling, the world rolling. And yet, even though us men, we don't want to admit that. So, this is a father who wants to see his children making it in life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He wants to be as protective as possible. But also he's human. His needs to be
taken.
Needed.
Yeah.
I also think it raises the question, and I don't know if we answer it necessarily, but that's, for me, good storytelling is when you raise a question and don't always give the answer to the audience. Just because it's tradition, does it make it right?
Yeah.
And when do you make the decision where if something is tradition, do you settle for it? You said it earlier, and I keep going back to it because it's sticking in my mind. The death to any kind of happiness is settling. And that right? Authenticity is taken away when you settle. And I think that speaks to tradition, to love, to friendships, to anything.
Yeah.
Life is better without a script.
Yes. Unless you're making a TV show, then it's pretty
And it's
central.
amazing.
Keep it
Absolutely.
unscripted. Yeah. Lerato, congratulations on the SAFTA
Thank you
for
so
Best
much.
Actor in a TV drama.
Thank you.
Also for a Netflix series.
Yeah, thank you.
I want you to tell us more about what would you say was the most rewarding aspects of being part of your Christmas production, and do you have any memorable memories on set that you can share with us?
I think having to be on a comedy, I constantly spoke to Tiffany while I was on set. I'm like, am I doing it right? Because of my insecurity with comedy. It's not a genre that I'm inclined to doing, because I'm more of a drama actress. So at least I've defined myself in that way for a long time. And, when you're suddenly doing something different, it means you need new tools as an actor. You are also being stretched. You're also being put in a place where your comfort is taken away from you. So what do? That means I'm growing. So I appreciated that a lot more, because I am growing as an actor, especially when I was already feeling like I've reached a ceiling. Like, I've done everything. You've done a drama, you've done plays, you've done everything. And Tiffany said to me, this is just the beginning. And I'm like, actually, this is just the beginning, because I'm now going into a completely different genre that I never saw myself in. And the most memorable moments for me is when we're sitting in the green room, as actors, and we're just chatting and realizing the beautiful people that got to be part of this production, because sometimes you come on set and you know certain people, I know Ty, I know Tiffany, I know Sello, and I didn't know the other guys, and having to meet them and engage with them and realize it's just a group of people that are about to tell an amazing story. And I think our chemistry as a cast and working with producers that wanted that kind of energy on set for both cast and crew, it made it so easy for all of us. And I think South Africa is just going to, we're going to melt their hearts.
Yeah, you definitely will.
Yeah.
The other thing is, if you have directors who are not fathers, and by being fathers, I don't mean they having kids. If they're not father figures, mother figures, then it becomes very difficult for you to play, because directors create a playroom, and we have to find, and they throw the toys in there. So we go in there and find something to play with.
Yeah.
So we were allowed that. And I mean, Tiffany was on point. Almost every morning, whenever I was on call, there was Mokoena.
Oh, love that.
And we working.
I think we did gain a bit
Dube.
of weight.
Yeah.
It was cold.
And that was
our winter wear.
it warmed us. You know?
Yeah.
Whether you had a chance to eat half a leguina or full or two, but it was something that excited us. You know?
Yeah.
And it added to the feel of the series. It is a township story. And a lot of times when you think Christmas, and there's this idea of the white Christmas and Christmas trees and everything so perfect, and it's not part of who, it's so detached from people who are in the townships most of the time, but this brought it all back for us to say, our Christmas is just as special. The dynamics of our Christmas, the people in our space in Christmas are just as special. The food doesn't have to be the food that we eat in the North or the Western food. It can just be food that we eat as, people in townships.
Yeah. Okay, last question before we run out of time. Tiffany, as a writing team, I just love the technical aspects because we hardly get to speak to behind the scenes. So as a writing team, what influences your writing process in terms of, the structure and pacing of specific moments that need to be comedic? Because I know trying to make people laugh is a tough task.
Yeah.
And also one of my favorite scenes was Paul Pops' one.
Right.
When he was having a go at Kagiso. That was hilarious.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because it's very South African in its nature. So South Africans, you guys know this. We have this intrinsic way of laughing at ourselves and at other people, right? You just have to look at the wit kan groen kan thing that happened in the World Cup. I don't know, for me, South Africans take something that's quite serious and they always have this magical way of turning it into something humorous. I guess it's like, I don't know, is it a coping mechanism?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. So writing the truth often brings the comedy out in situations. So we did a lot of like work with groups of young women who are 30 and are single, and a lot of chatting to them and just finding out exactly, because I want the story to be authentic, right? It's one of the things that I think makes BBZEE Films is we tell stories, but we want to do it with truth and with integrity. I don't want someone to ever look at it and go like, oh, that would never happen, right? In terms of something like a rom-com. So the writing room was very much based on making sure we were telling the story with integrity. And South Africa has characters that they present themselves on a platter to you for comedy.
Yeah.
They really and truly do. Really and truly do. And it was fun. Again, like Sello was talking about playing. Being in a writing room where you just play. Writing comedy is such a beautiful opportunity where you just get to play silly buggers. And we don't often have that opportunity. And then, of course, taking those words that you think are really funny, but putting them in the mouths of incredibly talented performers that breathe life into these characters, it brings a whole new level.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you
I
very
thought
much.
I was talking a lot there.
No, thank you very much. Perfect. Thanks so much, guys. And
Thank you.
congratulations again on your Christmas. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Eddie.
Awesome. Thanks.